Hey everybody! Happy Saturday night. Saturday night's probably the worst time you can possibly choose to do a live, but a friend of mine at work this week. So first it was a really busy week at work, and a friend of mine said, like she doesn't have kids, and she's like, I can't even imagine having children, having a full-time job, and then trying to find time for a business or a side passion. And I just said to her, because she said, well, how and when do you fit this in? Like, when do you do it? And on the weeks that are really crazy at work, I really struggle getting up in the morning and starting really early, or getting online at night after being in back to back video conferences all freaking day. The last thing I want to do at night is then like get on my computer and work and type and maybe do a video, because I feel like I've been just on Teams all day staring at myself, and the last thing I want to do is stare at myself again. So I told her, I said, one, for me, it is a creative outlet and I love to do it. And I love to talk about something other than technology. I absolutely love health. And it's nice to connect with other moms. At work, I am in an engineering team, and most of the time I work with men, and I miss women. And so for me, this is a total treat. And so I said, I just kind of squeeze it in the fringes, the fringe hours, which tonight is on a Saturday night after a full afternoon of wine tasting at Matthew's Winery, and then dinner with the kids, where I had a margarita because it was one of those Saturdays. So if I slur my words a little bit, it's because we had a really good afternoon. Okay, March promos. So I wanted to share the March promos, and got a friend joining me out of the bath. Hi. I'm going to share the March promos today. Want to share all my favorite things about these amazing oils. Hi. Did you want to come up here? Okay, I don't know how to help you up here because there's not much room. Grab the stool. In the fringe hours after bath time. Okay, so quick recap of what the promos are this month. So the first is the product of the month from doTERRA, which is the Mamas, do you feel me? Your pajama top is on backwards, honey. The product of the month. Okay. So for the free product that you get with 125 PV loyalty rewards order is Cedarwood.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Shh, can you go to Tata and read a book, please? Okay. Is Cedarwood. So Cedarwood, I actually think Cedarwood's in balance. It must be in balance. Let's see. I am blind. Just kidding. It's actually not in Cedarwood or in balance. So ignore that. Worst oil lady ever. Cedarwood is my favorite wood oil. So, true story. I was born in Poland during communism, and my family and I escaped from Poland during the Solidarity movement. My parents were super active in the Solidarity movement, and we managed to escape communism. We escaped through Greece, spent a year in Greece when I was a year. My brother was 7. And then the Red Cross brought us to Canada. So only 2 countries were accepting people from Poland at the time. And one was Australia and the other one was Canada. And we ended up in Canada in the middle of winter. So you can imagine what Ontario, Canada is like in March. It's like minus 30 degrees Celsius, 6 feet of snow. My parents were coming from Greece, so they legit thought we were being driven into the middle of nowhere to be basically killed. But it ended up being a beautiful life. It was amazing. But how this ties back to Cedarwood, and I just keep putting it in my hands and smelling it because it's so good. My parents, as anyone who was immigrating through the church, was paired with another family who had a business, that was able to employ these individuals. So my parents were each placed into their individual businesses. And then eventually both of my parents started their own businesses doing the trade that they had learned working for these families. And so we were blessed with an amazing life. I, was able to go to school and get an education and graduate debt free thanks to, the super, super hard work of my parents. But their closest best friends were construction workers and owned a construction site. And we grew up basically on a construction site, playing, visiting on a Saturday, parents having a drink. With immigrants, everyone worked so hard. Now, totally going on a side story, but immigrants worked really, really hard. And the goal was that you're sort of always building up wealth and sort of digging yourself out of the situation that you're in into another situation. So we saw many, many families, including ours, who would graduate out of living, in a motel with, 2 or 3 children and 2 parents in one bed, into an apartment where maybe you had 1 bedroom and then maybe like, a 2-bedroom townhome, and then eventually into your own home. And so we visited many construction sites over the course of our lives. And so for me, cedarwood really represents what it actually is. So cedarwood is the oil of community. And to me, it represents all these families coming together in someone's new home when the studs were just up and all you could smell was that smell of cedarwood or wood, construction wood to me. I didn't know if it was cedarwood, but it's exactly what cedarwood smells like to me, that fresh sawed wood in a new home. And so we would all come together, and there's a beautiful Polish tradition where you would basically open a bottle of vodka and take shots, not the children, the parents, when the studs were up, right? You didn't do this when the home was done. It was when the studs were up. And you basically celebrated the new home that family was building. And so being in a community of immigrants in a really small town, it was so fun because it was constantly, us running around our friends' construction sites, as they built their new homes and new adventures. So anyways, I love it. So to me, cedarwood, it is truly an oil of community, but it's incredibly peaceful and grounding and calming, and I absolutely love it. So cedarwood is the product of the month. It is the oil of community that brings peoples together. The positive properties makes you feel emotionally connected, like you belong, supported, increases your social bonds. It makes you more sociable and community oriented. So I absolutely love it. So that's from my emotions, oils and emotions book. And then of course from the Bible, The Essential Life. A couple of top uses. Cedarwood is incredibly great for your skin. Drop, with your lotion, put a drop in your lotion, or if you put like a oil on your skin instead, put it in the oil. It's great for your skin, amazing for sleep. If you struggle with sleep, put a couple drops of cedarwood in your hand like I just did, rub it on your neck. It's beautiful. And it actually also repels insects. Totally random, but it sort of makes sense. Trees have to have a protective mechanism, and this is great at repelling insects. So a few top uses for cedarwood. ADD and ADHD, again, it's incredibly calming. So if you, perhaps you or your children are, demonstrate symptoms or some of the things of ADHD, leverage that, rub it on your neck. With kids, you absolutely want to dilute it in fractionated coconut oil. Low GABA levels. So anyone who's a fan of Adaptive helps by increasing GABA levels, which helps with anxiety and depression. So, you can use cedarwood for that, help increase those GABA levels. So it says psoriasis and eczema, again, all skin related stuff, calming and anxiety. Cough and sinus issues, this was an interesting one. I'd never used cedarwood for cough and sinus issues. So I'm definitely going to try that. Urinary tract, bladder and vaginal infections. If you struggle with those, applying that to your lower abdomen And then it says a couple of other things. Gum issues, and we talked about being an insect repellent. Acne, again, great for skin. And then emotionally balancing, from feeling alone to feeling connected in community. So absolutely awesome. Cedarwood is one of my favorites. Of course, I got the product of the month this month. It was a no-brainer for me. Okay, so next product up is lemongrass. 15% off lemongrass. Thai food. If you're a Thai food eater, you might recognize what lemongrass smells like. It has a super, super distinct smell. This lemongrass, because it's so incredibly pure, is really, really potent and really, really strong. So think about lemongrass as incredibly cleansing, and it completely is. I mean, it is as an amazing cleaner, period. So if you diffuse it, it's awesome for cleaning the air. It's great to put in a spray bottle and wash down your counters, or if you're trying to disinfect different areas, it's awesome for that. Little pro tip, lemongrass is great to put, like if you, in your toilet roll inside your bathroom, if you pull it out and add like a few drops of lemongrass inside the toilet paper roll, every time you pull it, it kind of gets that fresh scent going. So it just freshens up the space. Awesome for a party. If you, I mean, who knows when we're going to actually have us host a party again, but if you're hosting even a few people, throw that in there. So then if you have one of those guests who uses your bathroom for those purposes, you have that fresh smell going in your bathroom all night. Which everyone always has that guest, to be honest, who does those things. So lemongrass has, let me actually grab from the emotional book what lemongrass is. I always think about lemongrass outside of cleansing just your home, the air, surfaces. Lemongrass is equally cleansing for your emotions. So whenever I feel stuck, or I feel like I have all of my negative energy sort of sitting in me, and my own thoughts and feelings and emotions are working against me, and I need to like exorcise the demons. Like if you've ever watched The Exorcist, did you grow up, were you a child of the 80s? I was a child of the 80s. Of course, the Exorcist was super popular. But anytime I feel like I need to like exorcise my own demons, lemongrass, just open it up, diffuse it, put a drop in your hands. It's just one of those that just like shakes me up and helps me sort of clear my mind and makes me remember, like get out of your own head. Shake it free. It sort of cleanses the soul. So it's a powerful cleanser of energy, dispels feelings of despondency, despair, and lethargy. Hello. Hi. Kids hanging out. Where's your dad?
He's laying in Ellie's bed.
Oh, well, go hang out with him. I'm almost done my video. Okay, so...
Can I help you?
Can you help me? I'm almost done. Okay. I'll be out in 10 minutes. Okay, the negative emotions, it helps cleanse. Toxic or negative energy, despairing, holding on to the past, hoarding, darkness, and spiritual blindness. Okay. Hoarding is a much bigger problem than we think it is, and it exists in many, many homes, especially as I talk to more people my age who have parents. For whatever reason, parents are hanging on to a lot of stuff, and many are drowning in just crap in their homes. And if they're struggling to release that, diffuse some lemongrass, bring it in, work through the emotions of why they're hanging on to that, and help them clean their space. Yeah, so a couple of other things here. Bladder, kidney infections for lemongrass. Lemongrass, because it's a very potent antiviral, I've used it on things like Charlie's wort. Anytime I feel like there's some sort of yucky thing going on, great immune booster. You can roll it on, of course, diluted. So it's a great oil. Okay, moving on to the last two promos. And actually, let me get the right prices here. So, doTERRA packaged up the diffusers, a couple of awesome diffusers this month with 2 oils each, and then, just offered them at an awesome price. So the first, which, hello, is the best, and this is really big, the Dawn humidifier. Okay, you guys, this is huge because it is a humidifier and a diffuser in one. Okay, so take a look. This is where you put the water and your oils, pop the top on, and then there's a few different settings here, but you can do basically low, medium, or high output of the humidifier. Or you can set it to this night setting where it automatically goes to 60% humidity, which is like this ideal rate of humidity in your room. I actually set it like as high as I can in the girls' bedroom every night. You will have seen, I don't even know if I can say this, but this is actually what they say now, and it's, proven through research that coronavirus doesn't do well in humidity, and that it helps to run a humidifier and have that sort of moist air in your environment. And so that's why I run this every night, not just for that reason, but just when it's really super dry air in the winter, having moist air is great. So 2-in-1 humidifier and diffuser is awesome. This is the Dawn. It's packaged with On Guard and Breathe for $88, which is a total steal. On Guard and Breathe, who doesn't need those? I mean, those are just staple essential oils. On Guard for immune boosting, Breathe for clearing your airways. They basically go every single night in our girls' room. So for $88 for the humidifier, the On Guard oil, and the Breathe, that's $22 off if you purchase them all separately. And then the other diffuser deal is my favorite office diffuser. This, I actually have it right now because it's in my office and I'm in my office. This is the Lulus. And the Lulus is a glass top. So I actually should have it plugged in so you can see the lights. But this is a glass white top. It's beautiful. It's like, perfect for one of the smaller rooms, like an office or a small bedroom. I wouldn't put it in a kid's room because it is glass. So for me, it just has this beautiful look that's perfect for like a woman's space or an adult space. And so it is packaged with wild orange and peppermint, which is just an awesome, classic, and great combination for mood boosting and energy boosting. And that is $59, which when it's all packaged together with the wild orange and peppermint is $15 off. So also another great deal. I really should have this plugged in because it's a really beautiful diffuser when it's running. Okay, so those are the deals for this month. Hope you're having a great month and a great Saturday night. And I'm going to go put these kiddos to bed. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.